Hi everyone, Merno here, welcome to my thoughts video of the latest demo for Eden's Guardian. The purpose of this video is to show the game off to more people, because it looks really cool, but also report back feedback to the developers, hopefully helping them out in whatever way I can in the process. Let's do a quick introduction of what the game is, what is in the demo, followed by what I liked, what I didn't like, and then pack it up. Short and sweet. Let's go. The developers describe the game as a dark fantasy Metroidvania with a vast interconnected world with a deep lore and tight gameplay. It's quite clear that Blasphemous is a source of inspiration. Some abilities, primarily the knife throwing, feels very similar to Blasphemous 2 Mea Culpa ability, and the character even runs very similar to the Penitent one. Environments are also very similar in vibe to Blasphemous, but I also would say that it's pretty standard for dark fantasy. I think the game feels different enough to actually play to give it the benefit of the doubt. There is so much potential here that I just had to make this video and spread the word about this upcoming title. With the rise of many new Metroidvanias, it would be a shame if this drowns and never sees its full potential. The demo gives us pretty much one piece each of the standard Metroidvania puzzle. Some enemies to kill and earn platforming upgrades, some exploration, a platforming challenge followed by a boss fight. We also have a map, save points to fall back on if we need health, a dash move that can be executed both on the ground and in the air. If this wasn't enough, we get ways to climb walls and also play around with a risk versus reward centric heal ability. So time for some opinions. I would not make this video if I did not have a blast with the demo. Just gonna put that out there. I will have a section for feedback later, but honestly the demo blew me away in regards to how it feels to play for being a demo. The controls make perfect sense and the character never did anything I didn't want to. I was in full control to develop my own way to deal with the enemies the demos presented. I found a specific enemy quite frustrating in relation to how fast it felt and how much health it had, so I started doing back and forth dashes above him to always be behind him for 1 to 2 slashes. I could also develop strategies around the knife throw that let me do a teleport slash and cross the enemy up. The demo also introduced me to all the important mechanics in a good pace with reasonable explanations, leaving some room for my interpretation, but never left me completely empty on intel. The primary mechanics to mention are the healing aura and the knife. The healing aura is activated manually and your sword becomes red. During this aura, your mana will start ticking down, while every hit will regenerate some health. Running out of mana cancels the aura, and you can also deactivate it whenever you want. It is easy to understand and it's an interesting way to add health management as a risk-reward system. You are simply not getting health back if you are camping your enemy, and I hope this replaces the standard potion system usually present in these games. So what about the knife? You can throw it regularly by tapping or throw it hard by holding and then releasing the knife button. The regular throw is sticking to specific areas, allowing you to teleport to them. If that area is an enemy, you can also slash the enemy in the process. The charge throw bounces off metallic areas, and teleporting after this gives you a jump-like teleport that gives you more air momentum. This leads to some creative platforming, and I'm all here for that. Also worth noting is that the surfaces that the knife sticks to is also areas you can hang. Initially no other areas were climbable, but after an upgrade we could even slowly slide down almost any surface, effectively allowing us to climb any wall, which would also open up for creative exploration and platforming. The boss in the end had me utilizing everything I just mentioned, at least to some extent, and it was truly a blast to take down. Regarding the map, from what I could see, it also made sense. Unfortunately, I didn't need it as much because the level in the demo was quite straightforward, but the few times I was using it, I think it did what it should do, and it looked pretty. I'm not sure if I could place markers actually, but I hope we will be able to in the full release. So what about the environments? For the most part, quite good. The foreground could sometimes be a little uninspiring, but it always felt very true to the dark fantasy vibe, and the props added, like the dead knight in the corner of a room, were very nice. Backgrounds were really pretty and intriguing, almost as if they will serve a bigger purpose later in the lore. What were some negative parts then? Eden's Guardian is obviously under development, so there's a high chance this feedback is either already given, or perhaps already solved, or even rejected. All of these are fine. I'll hand over my thoughts here. Let me know what you think in the comment section so we can get as much data as possible over to the developers. Regarding character movement, there is something about the character that makes her look floaty. I think it has to do with the way the arm is pretty much always the same angle backwards while running, or that the upper body isn't moving that much while running. For it to truly feel grounded, I think she needs some more work in this department. When hitting enemies, I also missed some weight to my attack. I would love if they could feel more beefy, if that makes sense. When enemies are doing their attacks, I feel like they need some more visual or sound cues, and the abilities could be better telegraphed. Besides that, I think the demo does a perfect job in showcasing what this game will offer. Personally, I would love a way to change my keybinds, because I'm a keyboard warrior, but I also understand that for a demo like this it's perfectly fine to pick up the controller. Just a wish from my end for the release. I really love when I can play keyboard only and choose my bindings. Lastly, I have two quick honorable mentions or additions. The music in the starting screen was nice, good job. And also, when doing an attack in the air followed by landing, the recovery frames of that air attack was reset, meaning I could instantly swing again. This is something I love to play around with, please don't patch it out. I primarily play these types of games for the atmosphere, exploration, combat and boss fights. I think Eden's Guardian nails this so far very good. Some polish down the line won't hurt, but this path is very solid and creative and I can't wait to play more, either in another demo or a full release. Did you like this video? Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch and join my Discord channel. I currently play a ton of Metroidvanias, so you should definitely join us if you're into those. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around. Bye!